Greetings and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro, here again with another movie review. Yes, indeed, ever since TUBI got cool in the grand old country of Mexico, I've been able to see a couple of movies that, I don't have in the collection, or I haven't been able to find in physical media. So, since TUBI has them, now I can watch them there. Good times indeed. The last time I talked about a movie I saw in TUBI, we talked about Swamp Zombies 2. So let's continue the zombie theme with another movie about zombies. But this is not your typical zombie outbreak. No. This is very unique in its premise, for you see now, we will take a look at clay zombies. Oh, goody! I am a fan of stop-motion animation. From King Kong, the old black and white classic, to the work of Ray Harryhausen, I am a big fan of, little stop-motion creatures moving around. Hell, even one of the Nightmare on Elm Streets has a really cool claymation kind of looking thing when Freddy is walking around like a little puppet. Moonwalker also has a full segment dedicated to that kind of animation. So I like it. I know a lot of people look at it today and say I don't know, it kind of takes me off. It's not as clean as CGI. It looks kind of glitchy. But personally, I am a fan of that. Big fan of that. So seeing that in this was a lot of fun. This movie was written and directed by Jake Jolly. And I am a fan of his work now, having seen this, and I hope he makes more movies because this was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed the concept. Some might debate that it's a little goofy, but if you enjoy the type of cinema that I do, I highly recommend it. The premise of this movie is that this jerk, this guy that I freaking hated, Emilio, oh goodness how I hate it, Emilio, is the manager or supervisor of this research facility that is trying to tap into the powers of the mind with telekinesis and telepathy. And he's made aware of an experiment made by Dr. Mulder, and he wants to speed it up because he wants results. Repercussions be damned. So, Dr. Mulder takes a lump of clay to a reporter friend that he has, and he's explaining how this potential thing could be the end of civilization as we know it. For you see, if you touch the clay, you will have a bad day. And unfortunately, he gets infected and he turns into a clay zombie. A clay-looking stop-motion zombie that feeds on people and then they turn into clay zombies. Basically, this zombie virus is transmitted the moment that the clay touches human skin, and that's when you get turned into a clay zombie again. If you touch the clay, you're gonna have a bad day. So that's when the outbreak happens, and I must say I adore the animation of the zombies. Basically, when the humans turn into zombies, they lose their clothes, all their skin and their hair and everything. And they basically imagine a cannibal Gumby is coming after you. It's green, it's going there, and it's trying to eat your flesh. Not a fun time, to be sure. So we follow this group of survivors. One of my favorite characters is the sheriff. I had a lot of fun watching the sheriff do his thing. Oh, goody. Yes, the sheriff was a lot of fun. And I believe there is a intentional, maybe to make a prequel or something, but there seems to be a side story with some of these characters. Like, they introduced this guy that is supposed to go and check things out, but he's not really followed up on. Seems he had a previous adventure. And then they introduce the head of this organization that is always drinking water. Now, I feel that she has been infected by a variant of the clay zombie virus, and that's why she always has to keep drinking water to keep the virus at bay, because Dr. Mulder does establish that if you have clothing, the zombie virus won't get you. And also that water keeps them calm. So maybe that's what I took out of it. She's drinking all this water all the time to keep the clay virus at bay. Maybe I looked too much into it. Maybe that was the intended idea. Someone let me know in the comments down below. So Emilio, this jerk, oh goodness gracious, how I hate him. Mostly debatably because he does remind me of a lot of supervisors, bosses, and managers that I have worked with in my long life. I freaking hate people like that. And Emilio represents everything that reminds me of those jerkwads, and I really wanted him to get his comeuppance. Spoiler alert, he doesn't, but, I guess people like that succeed in life because they have tiger blood and they are made of winning, I guess. Anyway, so we follow these characters trying to survive the apocalypse, the clay apocalypse, as it is called. And, yes, I personally enjoyed it. Mostly, I will admit, it is because of the clay zombies themselves. The animation on these things look amazing. I am a big fan of that style of animation and effects. And they bleed. Because much like zombies, they can be taken out by shooting the brain. And the survivors are shooting their heads and they explode in this glorious mess of clay and blood and gore. And that's my bread and butter. I love that. The characters, like I said, are also fun. Personal favorite is the sheriff. I thoroughly enjoyed the sheriff. There's also this doctor that at a point after 3 months loses his eye, that he's kind of hilarious too. But, goodness, such a fun movie. It's free on TUBI. I would suggest you check it out if you haven't done so already. I will admit, I am late to the party because TUBI was not cool for a while there, but TUBI finally got cool. They started pumping out good movies, and now I can enjoy them and watch them and talk about them. But I will admit you have probably seen previous reviews on Clay Zombies. But if you haven't, if this is your first introduction to Clay Zombies, definitely give it a watch. Again, it's free on TUBI, and I will also post a link to the social medias of Clay Zombies so that you can also, if you want to support the project, you can buy the Blu-ray or the DVD. I do want to purchase the DVD and have it in my collection because it is, much like Swamp Zombies 2, something that I would enjoy owning and showing to other people in physical media. So yes, gotta get on that. But let me know if you've seen Clay Zombies. What did you think? Who was your favorite character? And did you really hate that freaking Emilio as much as I did? Let me know in the comments down below. But until I see you next time, I wish you, like always, a good evening.